What's your ex's biggest red flag that you wish you didn't ignore? When I started dating James, he told me he was in therapy, like right away. Second date. I'm working through some stuff, he said, stirring his coffee. Childhood trauma. Trying to break cycles, you know? I thought it was the most mature thing I'd ever heard a guy say. My ex before him wouldn't even talk about his feelings if you paid him. Every Thursday at 7, James had his session. He'd text me beforehand, something like, heading to therapy, talk later, with a little heart emoji. Then he'd come back around 9, all quiet and thoughtful. Sometimes he'd share little things. My therapist says I need to work on being present. Or, we talked about attachment styles today. He used words like boundaries and emotional regulation. I ate it up. My friends loved him. Finally, a guy doing the work, my roommate Kelly said. I bragged about him to my mom. He's in therapy, Ma. He's actually dealing with his stuff. She seemed impressed. The first weird thing happened in October. He came home from therapy smelling like beer. Not like he'd had one drink, like multiple drinks. Did you go out after? I asked. He looked confused for a second, then laughed. Oh yeah, my therapist's office is near that sports bar. Grabbed one with a buddy I ran into. It seemed fine, normal even. 2 weeks later, I found a long blonde hair on his black hoodie. I have short dark hair, like chin length. This hair was halfway down my hand. Whose hair is this? I held it up. He barely looked. Probably Vanessa from work. She hugged me goodbye today. We're on the same project. I wanted to believe him. I did believe him. Then my friend Rachel's boyfriend Tyler told me something that made my stomach drop. Yo, I think I saw James at the Skyline Hotel bar last Thursday around 7:30. He was with some girl. Thought it was you at first, but she had different hair. I laughed it off. He was at therapy. Tyler shrugged. Maybe it wasn't him then. My bad. But it stuck in my head, like a splinter. I started noticing things. How he always showered right after Thursday nights. How his phone was always face down now. How he'd get defensive if I asked anything about therapy. It's private, he'd snap. I'm not required to share everything. I waited 2 more weeks. Then on a Thursday, I did something I'm not proud of. I followed him. I parked down the street from his place and waited. At 6:45, he came out in a button-up I'd never seen, hair all done up. He drove to downtown, not toward any therapy office. He went straight to the Skyline Hotel rooftop bar. I sat in my car for 10 minutes, shaking. Then I went up. He was at a corner table with a woman. Brunette, pretty, laughing at something he said, and then he kissed her. Just leaned across the table and kissed her like it was the most natural thing in the world, before they'd even ordered drinks. I walked right up to their table. Hey babe. His face went white, actually white. The woman looked confused. Who's this? She asked. I'm his girlfriend, I said. Who are you? She stood up fast. Are you kidding me right now? James, what the hell? He started stammering, saying it wasn't what it looked like that he could explain. I didn't wait. I told him we were done and left. The woman was yelling at him as the elevator doors closed. On the drive home, I called his therapist's office, the number he'd saved in his phone under Dr. Morgan. It rang 4 times, then went to a Subway sandwich shop. A Subway. I hung up and almost threw my phone out the window. The next day, I blocked him everywhere. He tried coming to my apartment, but Kelly told him to leave or she'd call the cops. I thought that was it. I thought I was done. Then a month later, I got an email from a random Gmail account. No name, just numbers. The subject line said, you deserve to know. Inside were screenshots, text conversations between James and 4 different women. 4. All of them had the same Thursday night routine. All of them thought they were his only girlfriend. One message from him to someone named Becca said, can't wait for therapy night, baby, with a winky face. Another to someone called Morgan, yeah, Morgan, like his fake therapist, said, my session got canceled, wanna meet up? The email also had a note at the bottom from one of the women. She said she'd found out about all of us through his second Instagram account, said he'd been doing this for almost a year, that the therapy thing was his cover story for everyone. He'd go to one girl, then another, all on the same nights, rotating us like we were on some kind of schedule. I felt sick for days, not because I missed him, because I'd ignored everything. The beer smell, the hair, Tyler seeing him, all of it. James tried texting from a new number a week later saying I ruined his life. I screenshotted it and sent it to all of them. Then I blocked that one too.